clove. I just made this mask yesterday actually because I wanted to be able to make these kind of videos without having to worry about my face being stolen by an AI or some creep on the internet, because we live in really scary times. Anyway, today I'm going to be making a video of an idea that I had a few days ago where I try to make brownies and then I try to crochet something in the time that it takes for those brownies to bake. I won't be able to take the brownies out of the oven until I'm done with the thing I'm crocheting. I'm going to be making an octopus because that's the fastest thing I know how to make. I've never timed myself for it though, so I don't know if this is going to go, badly or not. Hopefully I could do it in under an hour, but we'll see. Let me know if you guys want to see any more videos like this in the future. It's the only time I've ever done anything like this. All my other long-term videos are like compilations of my shorts or they're just crochet tutorials. So I've never done anything like this before. Constructive criticism is really appreciated. Let me know if you like it. Let me know if you want me to try it with more baked goods or just completely different videos where I, am talking with my face and stuff, as opposed to talking with any other part of my body.
The first step was to get the brownie mix, so I drove to the store and I inspected every box of brownie mix to see which one had the longest bake time for the type of pan that I planned on using. It ended up being these Ghirardelli ones, so I took them to the counter, paid for them, and then took them home. They were very safe on the ride home. Safety's important, kids. Buckle your seatbelts. The adults are right about that, I promise. Getting right into it, I struggled with the package way more than I would have liked to say, but I'm actually an okay baker, so I expected this part to go really well. And for the most part, it did. For some reason, pouring the mix and then setting the whisk down prompted the whisk to fling itself from the counter, which was suboptimal, but we persist. I set the oven to 325 as the instructions said, and then continued adding all the ingredients into the mix. I cracked the egg like a pro.
I'm just like Howl.
And then added the water really, really carefully because I had to carry it pretty far, because all the water here is not good to drink. I used melted butter instead of the vegetable oil the recipe called for because usually that tastes better in my opinion. And then I just mixed it all up as one does with brownies. They're the hardest thing to mix for some reason. And I added the fudge, which was a new addition to this box. I hadn't seen that before. It reminded me of cheese sauce from macaroni. After that, I just kept mixing because that's 99% of what it takes to make boxed brownies. It's just all mixing. I sprayed the pan down with butter spray because I didn't want anything to be sticking after I baked it, and then I poured the batter into the pan, which took about as long as mixing it for some reason. Like, I'm not going to be wasting anything, but oh my god, why is it so hard to friggin' scoop? I do not have this kind of time. My phone is going to die before this challenge is over. Oh my god. But it's fine because I got all the batter in and it looked nice. And now I'm putting it in the oven, the 325 I had it preheated to earlier. Then I set the oven timer, which would give me 50 minutes to complete this challenge, 50 minutes to crochet an entire octopus. I did waste the first several minutes putting a vinyl on because I didn't want to sit in silence for, 50 minutes, and then I immediately got into it. This is where I noticed that I had several mistakes in this project. The first problem was that I had forgotten to put safety eyes in my pile of materials before I started crafting, so I did have to go leave and get those halfway through. And the second mistake was that it was not going to take me nearly 50 minutes to complete this octopus. I'd never timed myself before, and all the other times that I crochet stuff like this, I'm usually watching a show, but it did end up only taking like 25 minutes, so I had nothing to do for the rest of the time. I added blush to the Octo because I had extra time, and it ended up pretty cute, but by the time I was done, there were still like 14 minutes left on the timer. So I made some tea and just waited for it to be done.
Forgot oven mitts. That would have been fun.
Once I had my oven mitts on, I took the brownies out of the oven, successfully ending the challenge. They were a little weird looking, not gonna lie, and I'll show you in a few seconds here. But I turned the oven off and admired my work. Also, warning, I will be using a knife to cut them soon, so, watch out. They looked cute, except for the sunken in bit, which I don't understand how that happened, and it was only one piece. I was impatient to try them and also finish recording, so I did end up cutting them probably way too soon out of the oven, which resulted in this mess that you could see. I tried to use a knife, didn't work, went and got a spoon, worked much better, still created a huge mess. I actually cut the whole next one out with the spoon because the knife was completely unnecessary because they just cut really easily. That one went slightly better and in slightly fewer pieces, but still, it was a mess. So I got some ice cream and just used the brownies as ice cream topper, which seems like a pretty good idea to me. I'm a genius. I made 2 servings because my dad had just gotten home for lunch, though I would have eaten both by myself, and we agreed that while they were not the prettiest, they did taste very good, and the Octo was very cute, even though he only took like 25 minutes for some reason.
So the brownies did fall apart, and it's probably my fault for cutting them like 5 minutes out of the oven because I'm impatient and I love brownies. And the Octo did only take 25 minutes, which is way less than I expected, but that's fine. Not the most exciting video, obviously, but I could do it again. I could do it again with something that takes less time to bake or takes longer to crochet. But yeah, let me know what I should do with this Octo, because I have so many of them and there's no markets coming up because, I mean, people basically are either already done Christmas shopping or having panic attacks, so yeah. But he's a little guy. Let me know what I should name him. He needs a name. I can't just keep calling him the Octo his entire life because there's a lot of those, as I said. Anyway, I would absolutely love you forever if you commented, liked, subscribed to my channel. It would mean a ton to me. This is the first video I've ever done in this format with my face and everything. And I worked very hard on this mask too. I made it myself without a pattern, so I would really appreciate any support that this video gets. Thank you so much for watching!